All hell just broke loose online after Tia Kemp, yes, Rick Ross, baby mama and one of the most explosive personalities in hip-hop, completely crashed out on Instagram Live in one of her most unhinged rants to date. The target none other than Chrisean Rock. It all popped off when Chrisean, in a now-deleted IG story rant said, "I don't care who her baby daddy is, if Tia pull up in LA, I'ma get her banned." That was the spark. Within minutes, Tia hit the live button, pacing, smoking, screaming, and clutching a curling iron like a weapon. And then came the line that had the entire internet gasping, "I'll flatline you with this iron, little girl." Social media went into full meltdown mode. Blogs scrambled to post clips. Twitter X lit up with reaction threads, conspiracy posts, and non-stop debates. But this wasn't just some heat of the moment. Drama insiders say this beef has deep roots. Tia, according to close sources, had been waiting to snap, and Chrisean just gave her the excuse. And the twist. Someone else jumped into the mix right after. What he said might actually get somebody locked up. To understand why Tia Kemp threatened to flatline Chrisean with a curling iron on IG Live, we have to rewind. This wasn't random. This wasn't just clout chasing. This was a powder keg, years in the making. Let's be clear, Tia Kemp is no rookie when it comes to beef. As the outspoken mother of Rick Ross' oldest son, she's been a headline magnet for years. Family court feuds, viral clapbacks, diss videos, you name it. She's one of the original digital antagonists, and she's never cared about keeping things cute. But this time, the smoke with Chrisean wasn't over music, men, or fame. This was about territory, ego, and control. It actually traces back to earlier this year, when a popular gossip YouTube channel leaked a voice memo. In it, a woman sounding exactly like Tia warned, "These new girls think they run LA, but I've been touching that scene long before they had blue checks." At the time, nobody tied it to Chrisean. But now, everything lines up. Apparently, the real heat began when Tia started planning her own podcast, a raw, unfiltered street-level show featuring the realest women in hip-hop. And guess who her first guest was supposed to be? Let's just say, that's when everything got personal. Tia Kemp, known for her long-standing presence in hip-hop drama and as Rick Ross' outspoken ex, ignited a digital firestorm after an Instagram story from Chrisean Rock claimed she would get Tia banned from Los Angeles. Within minutes, Tia went live, pacing, smoking, and wielding a curling iron, vowing to flatline Chrisean and unleashing a tirade that stunned fans and media outlets alike. This confrontation was not a random outburst. Tensions between the two had been simmering for months. Sources revealed that Chrisean was originally set to be the debut guest on Tia's new podcast but abruptly ghosted her days before filming, allegedly under pressure from Blueface's Kemp, due to Tia's past comments calling him a clown father. In response, Tia began sneak-dissing Chrisean on social media, referring to her as the milk-stained baby mama with a Zeus addiction. The feud escalated further when Tia was reportedly blacklisted from an industry event in LA, said to be influenced by Chrisean's Kemp, labeling her as a liability. The final blow came when Chrisean posted a cryptic story telling aunties to stay in Miami, widely interpreted as a jab at Tia. When the neighborhood talk reposted it, Tia exploded on Instagram Live, calling Chrisean a tattoo-faced toddler, and threatening her with a curling iron while claiming her dominance over LA nightlife. The situation intensified when a voice off-camera warned Tia about potential legal consequences. To which she defiantly replied, "Then arrest me, baby." As fans dissected every moment of the live, old gossip, tweets, and even Zeus Network paperwork began resurfacing. Then, JT Trills, a rising music executive with close ties to both Chrisean and Diddy's West Coast network, entered the conversation. In a viral voice tweet, JT hinted that Tia had secrets from 2018 in Atlanta that the streets hadn't forgotten, warning she should pray a certain tape never surfaces. Within hours, blurry clips of Tia in a heated altercation at a studio party began circulating online, sparking rumors of a deeper scandal with real legal implications. What began as online shade has now evolved into a full-scale investigation with the potential to expose more than just social media beef. It's threatening to unravel an entire web of industry secrets. Tia Kemp, longtime hip-hop firebrand, and Rick Ross' infamous ex, has ignited what could become one of the most explosive beefs in recent internet history. It all began with a now-deleted Instagram story from Chrisean Rock, who boldly stated, "I don't care who her baby daddy is, if Tia pull up in LA, I'ma get her banned." That was the match. Within minutes, Tia took to IG Live, unfiltered, unbrushed, pacing her kitchen with a lit cigarette in one hand and a curling iron in the other. She slammed it down and shouted into the screen, "I'll flatline you with this iron, little girl. I've been fighting rappers, baby mamas, and CEOs since before you had teeth." The internet exploded. What looked like sudden chaos had been quietly brewing for years. This wasn't about men. It wasn't about music. It was about territory, power, and respect. Sources say tension began earlier this year when Tia tried to launch her Raw, street-level podcast aimed at spotlighting real women in hip-hop. Her first guest, Chrisean Rock. But 2 days before taping, Chrisean allegedly ghosted, reportedly under pressure from Blueface's team, who didn't want her linked to Tia, a woman who had publicly called Blueface a clown father. That slight cut deep. Tia began subtly shading Chrisean on Facebook Live, referring to her as the milk-stained baby mama with a Zeus addiction. The feud reached a boiling point at a private LA industry party hosted by one of Chrisean's affiliates. Tia showed up. Security turned her away. The reason whispered around the room. Rock said no. That night, Tia stormed out vowing to expose everything about LA's little queen. Days later, Chrisean posted a shady story. "Some of y'all aunties still think LA is 2004. You not invited. You not protected. Stay in Miami." Within 10 minutes of the neighborhood talk reposting it, Tia was live. "You think I'm scared of LA? I dated half of LA before you even got your braces off." She raged. And just as her rant reached its peak, a voice off camera issued a chilling warning. "Don't forget who she's connected to. Say too much and you gon' end up in cuffs." Tia didn't flinch. "Then arrest me, baby," she snapped. "But tell Rock to take the silicone out her storyline and face me head on." And just when it seemed it couldn't get messier, it did. Enter JT Trills. The low-key music exec tied deeply to Chrisean's rebrand and rumored to have long-time ties to both LA and Atlanta's industry undercurrents. In a voice tweet that went viral overnight, JT stated, "Ti's been playing gangster online for years, but the streets don't forget what she did in ATL in 2018. She better pray that tape don't surface." Within 30 minutes, gossip blogs were ablaze with grainy, resurfaced footage from a studio altercation allegedly involving Tia and a younger, unknown artist, who insiders now claim was an early-era Chrisean Rock. The video reportedly includes threats, a missing bag of money, and a mention of Rick Ross' rival label. Fans are now questioning everything. Was this beef really born in 2024, or is this a revenge plot 6 years in the making? A former club promoter even posted receipts showing both women booked at the same club in 2020, needing to be escorted out separate exits due to escalating tensions. Screenshots of a group chat emerged, showing Tia allegedly calling Chrisean the type to bark on camera, with legal TikTok breaking down whether Chrisean's banned from LA comment could be interpreted as a threat. The Root and Essence have begun framing the saga as a cultural moment, highlighting how Black women in entertainment are weaponized for spectacle, while networks profit from the fallout. But the silence that's speaking volumes, Rick Ross himself. While he hasn't spoken publicly, fans noticed he liked to comment on Tia's post that read, "Protect the real ones. She been 10 toes." That small gesture poured gasoline on an already burning flame. Now, the public waits. Will Tia drop the full 2018 audio? Will Zeus issue a statement? Is a legal battle on the horizon? Ti's final cryptic message has only deepened the mystery. "You've got clips, I got contracts. You got blogs. I got broadcast. We are not the same." And just like that, the woman many thought was done played one last, lethal card, a silent screenshot, a whispered secret, and a war that may have never really ended. It all started with a post. No caption, no tags, just chaos. Tia dropped a grainy, low-light photo on her IG, her sitting across from a Zeus Network producer in a well-known casting lounge. No words. No context. Just tension. Then came slide 2. A cropped email screenshot with a chilling subject line, "Chrisean Rock contingency clause, footage holdback agreement." Beneath it, bolded text, "Chrisean must be informed prior to any on-camera confrontation with Tia Kemp. Footage may be held, edited, or discarded if deemed reputationally harmful." Boom. Real paperwork. Fans went feral. Bloggers hit DEFCON 5. Even Zeus staff started going ghost. The message, Chrisean was protected from Tia contractually. But Tia didn't stop there. She brought backup. Tia goes live and drops a bomb. On Zeus Network, the live started like any other, a ring light haloing T.I.'s face, her gaze calm but cutting. No background music. No filters, just raw tension and truth about to detonate. Fans knew something was brewing, but no one expected what came next. "Let's stop playing games," she said, holding a single sheet of paper up to the camera, like a receipt from hell. The camera focused in. Hotel stationery. Room service invoice. Date, March 2022. Total, $348. Name on the account, C. Malone. The charge, room service ordered late at night during a Zeus Network mediation weekend. But what made the receipt more than gossip fodder was the fine print below the name. A Zeus internal billing code labeled Production Conflict Mediation, Level 3. The live chat exploded. Viewers scrambled to screenshot, screen record, and rewind. Who was C. Malone? The internet already had its theories. Some believed it was short for Chrissy Malone, a rumored executive liaison. Others said it was an alias. But one thing was certain. Someone had been staying under Zeus's tab, eating lobster bisque and steak while chaos brewed behind the scenes. Tia leaned closer to the screen, voice low and deliberate. "They told me to keep quiet. Told me not to stir the pot. But I've been quiet too long. And since y'all love receipts." She tapped her phone. "Let me give you a little extra." She pressed play. The voice memo that shattered the internet. Audio quality was rough, like it had been recorded secretly in a hallway or over a call, but it was clear enough. A man's voice, low, hurried, professional but panicked. "Just keep her and Tia in separate wings. We can't afford for this thing to pop off. If TIA leaks the paperwork, we're F********. Ed." The voice was allegedly a Zeus production coordinator. Tia didn't name him directly yet, but she didn't have to. Fans were already connecting dots faster than the algorithm could keep up. The implication: there had been a deliberate, internal effort to suppress conflict behind the scenes, not for the sake of safety, but to protect the network's image. And Tia, she wasn't just a cast member anymore. She was a liability, a threat, a walking, talking red flag, because she had proof. The fallout begins in real time within minutes. Blogs had already picked up the live. YouTubers clipped the voice memo and broke down every word, every background noise, every pause. Twitter or X, depending who you ask, flooded with hashtags, hashtag TIA, exposed Zeus, hashtag Kamalagate, and hashtag protect TIA. One influencer tweeted, "The fact they had code names and internal conflict tiers, Zeus been operating like the CIA, not a network." Another added, "If this is true, Tia might have just opened the biggest Pandora's box in reality TV since the Love and Hip Hop reunion leaks." But the most chilling part, Tia claimed this was just part one. "This ain't even the wildest thing I got." Back on live, Tia's tone shifted from explosive to eerie calm. "This ain't even the wildest thing I got," she said. "You think a voice memo and a hotel charge is where it ends? Nah, we talkin' contracts, NDAs, hush money. I got emails, I got names, I got dates." She hinted at an entire system in place at Zeuswan designed not just to profit from drama, but to manufacture and manage it through backdoor protocols. Mediation weekends. Internal separation orders. Even blackout zones where cast weren't allowed to film except when the network wanted a staged confrontation. She accused them of knowingly pairing people with unresolved legal beef on panels and cast trips. "They would fly us out, put us 2 doors apart, and wait. Just sit back and wait for one of us to swing. That's not reality. That's entrapment." Silence from Zeus. So far as at the time of the live, Zeus had yet to respond. No official statements, no PR damage control, just silence. But industry insiders say the situation is far from manageable. A source allegedly close to the production team said, "TA's not bluffing. People at Zeus are sweating right now. And if more voice memos exist, this could burn down more than one executive's career." One anonymous crew member DM'd a media outlet with a simple message: "She's telling the truth. They told us to record everything and say nothing." A cultural reckoning brewing. What TIA may have exposed isn't just a scandal, it's a systemic rot in reality television production. Viewers have long suspected producers of scripting tension, pushing cast into volatile situations, and covering up the fallout. But voice memos, internal billing codes for level 3 conflict, that's another level entirely. It's giving Hunger Games and Hair and Lashes, and if Ti's telling the truth that she has contracts, emails, and names, we could be looking at a major industry reckoning. The bigger question, what was in the paperwork? But here's the real kicker. The voice memo didn't just mention keeping people apart. It referenced paperwork. If Tia leaks the paperwork, we're *****ed. What paperwork? What did Zeus try to bury so deeply that its exposure would detonate the whole machine? Tia didn't reveal that yet, but she made it clear. Part 2 is coming. And the next time she goes live, she won't be holding a hotel invoice. She'd be holding legal documents. Y'all wanted tea, she said, signing off. I got depositions. And with that, the live ended. No outro, no warning. Just a countdown of chaos waiting to happen. The culture isn't just watching anymore. It's waiting, and Zeus. They just might be standing on a landmine. Ask ChatGPT. Suddenly, this wasn't drama. This was conspiracy. Tia wasn't just beefing with Chrisean. She was allegedly blackballed and silenced by an entire network to preserve one star's image. Then came the burner. ACCOUNT, at ChrisLeaks251 post. No profile pic. Caption, there's more. And this time, it ain't coming from Tia. Fans lost it. Who's behind it? A fired Zeus employee. A jealous ex. Someone from Chrisean's inner circle. Whoever it is, they claim to have raw, uncut footage even Ti doesn't have. And they're promising at 48-hour countdown. And their final message, she threatened to ban Ti, but forgot one thing. Don't forget receipts. The internet's reacting. Lawyers on TikTok are now dissecting Zeus's legal liability. Bloggers are calling it the biggest scandal in hip-hop reality TV since Surviving Bad Boy. Feminists' think pieces are emerging, framing this as a wider issue of how black women are weaponized for views and silenced when they speak truth. Even Rick Ross, silent through it all, liked a comment that read, "Protect the real ones." Tia been 10 toes. So now, we turn to you. Was Tia Kemp blackballed by Zeus? Should Chrisean be held accountable for the threats, sabotage, and hidden footage? Is it time for Zeus Network to give Tia her own platform, uncensored, unfiltered? Sound off in the comments. Team TIA drop that, Team Chrisean drop that, just here for the TI drop that. And tag a friend who needs this breakdown ASAP. And if you are not subscribed yet, you're gonna miss the drop? At ChrisLeaks25 is counting down, and trust us, what's coming next could end careers. Because in this war of egos, edits, and curling irons, only one queen walks away with her crown intact.